Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a full face of Chanel favorites. The new Chanel Sublimage L'Essence de Teint finally has launched in the US, so I don't have to feel bad about using this on camera anymore. I picked this up from Harrod's a couple months back and it has become this has quickly become one of my favorite foundations. So today we are going to be using this new Sublimage L'Essence de Teint foundation, as well as a bunch of other favorites from the line, and then of course we will be ending with a Chanel fragrance of the day. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, we're gonna do a full face of Chanel favorites, and I'm so excited because the Sublimage, this is the Essence de Teint, has finally launched in the US, and I had picked this up from Harrod's, I want to say a couple months ago, and I just love this foundation, but I didn't want to be using it on camera a bunch because it was hard to pick up. So it has finally launched in the US, you guys. You can get your hands on it. So I'm going to go ahead and use that this morning. So this foundation comes with its own brush, and I do have to say it's a very nice buffing foundation brush as well. So although this is an expensive foundation, I have found that I really enjoy this on my more mature dry skin. Basically, Sublimage is Chanel's kind of premier top skincare line, most anti-aging, and this L'Essence de Teint is basically a serum based hydrating foundation. This is described as the ultimate radiance generating serum foundation, and basically has the Sublimage L'Essence ingredients in the foundation. So this is basically like their tinted Sublimage L'Essence. So we're going to use this one today, and I do have to say I think this is a fantastic foundation for more mature dry skin. I think it would work for all skin types, but I just have found this is just very forgiving. Now I have this in the shade B22, and just for reference, I do have a lot of my other Chanel foundations in B32 or beige rosé. And when I was purchasing this, they only had the shade 22, and it was the winter time. And I have to say, I actually really like this tone. So I feel like maybe 22 might be just right at the moment, but I do normally wear 32. So if this seems confusing, just know that I'm going to be getting some samples, and I will do a whole review with little swatches of different colors for you. So I'm going to go ahead and use the little buffing brush here and kind of show you how well this just blends into the skin and gives me a bit of coverage as well as some nice radiance to it. One pump is all I use with this foundation. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way, and I just kind of want to show you. If you can see, it's going to give me a really nice healthy glow, but I would say this has kind of a medium coverage to it. I feel like I get some coverage out of this foundation, but it's going to kind of meld into your skin and look like healthy, glowing skin. So I'm hoping you can see on camera, you guys. It's going to give me a really pretty glow to the skin, and this foundation is one that wears really super well throughout the day. So it's going to kind of start out like this, giving me a little radiant glow. Then it's going to kind of mesh with the skin and just kind of become one with it. It's going to look like skin. It's going to give you the glow, but it's not going to but it's not going to be overly dewy. It isn't going to kind of break down throughout the day. I have just found that this one wears super well. So what you're seeing right now, I'm going to be powdering down just a bit, but it's not going to break up or become more dewy or too glowy. So about what you're seeing right now is what it's going to look like by the end of the day on my more mature dry skin. So I will put a quick caveat of how it wears on my skin. I guess you guys, I would probably be considered normal to dry. I don't have like desperately dry skin, but I'm in the category when I'm buying skincare, I'm always going to be put into the dry category. So should put that disclaimer out there, but my skin is pretty balanced due to the skincare products I use and stuff. So it's not it's not totally dehydrated and such. So we're going to kind of let this sink in. And just as a little tip, you guys, sometimes I will take the warmth of my fingers and I will just kind of push all the foundation into the skin, or you can take a little beauty blender, but this will also kind of just also help the product penetrate into the skin. Okay, next I'm going to use the classic. This is the Chanel. This is the Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. You guys, I'm a huge fan of the bronzing cream. I think I still have my old little container of this, but this just looks so natural on the skin. I just love this bronzer, and I've been pulling this out a lot lately. I am actually using IT Cosmetics. I like to use sort of a synthetic kind of brush, and I just swirl it through here. You can also use your foundation brush if you want, but a brush like that. And then I'm just going to buff this on lightly to the skin. I like to run just a little bit of this underneath the jawline to give me a little bit more definition and disguise any sort of double chin. And then I'm just going to kind of get like as if, and then I'm just going to kind of come up on my forehead, a little brush through the nose where the sun would naturally hit your skin. Okay guys, we're going to move on to eyes, and I pulled out one of my absolute favorite quads from Chanel, and this is from last spring. This is Warm Memories. Warm Memories is sort of a beautiful mix of kind of some mauvey, kind of desert tones, and then it's got this beautiful peach shade. So I had mentioned this the other day when the new quad launched. It was kind of giving me vibes of Warm Memories, and I had a request to use this on camera again, and I was happy to do so because this literally is a very well-loved quad. So I don't know if you can see, but this is definitely a most used out of my quads. So I'm going to start with this pretty kind of mauve tone here. I am using my Chanel. This is the Blender Shader brush, and I'm just going to come and we're going to start to build a little wash of color on the eyes. Okay, I just started with a beautiful wash of this color, and then I love to go ahead and put this peach on my lid. So this peach tone was part of the reason I wanted to buy this quad in the first place. It is so pretty, kind of a beautiful amber peach color, and I'm going to put a little bit of that down on my lid to lighten that up just a bit. And I'm using the flat edge of the Blender Shader brush. And yes, you guys, I use this a lot on camera. I really love this brush. I believe they now have this in a synthetic form. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes here. And so far we've just kind of got this peachy mauve look going on. I am going to go into this pretty dusty color over here. And I'm going to play up a little bit on the outer V as well as just a little bit more in that crease area. Then I'm going to go into this deeper color right here. I'm going to use that first kind of like liner, and I am using the Sonia G, the flat definer brush for that. And I'm just going to start to go a little close to the upper and lower lash line here. I will be using eyeliner myself. So two things, you could either put your eyeliner on and then top it with your shadow, or you can kind of play with or you can just use the shadow as your liner and just have your eyes like that. So I'm going to show it that way first. I'm going to define my eyes with the Chanel STYLO U waterproof in BRUN Agape, and then I'm also going to pull in a little bit of my favorite purple chalk. So we're going to do a little combination. So BRUN Agape is basically a chestnutty brown. It is like one of my favorite repeat purchases from the STYLO line, and I'm going to go ahead and define in the waterline. Okay guys, so far I've just defined my eyes with the BRUN Agape. Now I love purple chalk. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I went through this huge purple chalk phase where I just had to wear it every single day. I find that it sort of pops my eyes a little bit, and this is the tone of purple chalk. I find that it has a little bit of brightening element to my eyes. I love to wear this in the bottom waterline, and then I will sometimes pull a little bit more of that up onto my upper. So I'm going to start with the bottom here, and let's see if we can create a little bit of, and I'm just taking a little bit of this purple chalk, you guys, and I'm going to kind of smoke out towards that outer edge over here. Okay, so today, you guys, my little Chanel rep, she gave me a huge amount of La Base mascara. This is the mascara primer. She swears by it and says that I have to try this. So I'm already a fan of Chanel Volume de Chanel. That used to be the only mascara I ever used. And I am going to go ahead, we're going to put the base on. Okay, you guys, I put the base coat on, and now I'm going to use Volume de Chanel mascara, and I probably will whip through this because I actually take a bit of time doing my mascara, and it could bore you to tears. So a couple things is I try to get to the bottom of the lashes. I try to get as close to the bottom of my lashes as possible, and then kind of use a little curling technique with the brush. I also make a lot of weird faces putting mascara on, so I get a lot of so that's another reason you don't have to be subjected to that. So I'm just going to come to the bottom of the lash line and see how that works. Okay, I am not someone who usually uses one of those primers because I found that sometimes it would make my lashes a little bit more clumpy, but so far that is not the case with this. I just found that it really gave me a little bit more oomph and made my lashes a little bit fluffier. So far she was right. That little base primer is really good. Okay guys, we have mascara on. I like to use my little rose corrector, and I just like to use a little bit of this right in these dark little hollows, and then I will kind of take my fingers and brighten up underneath my eyes. I like to do this after I put on my quote-unquote eyeballs, just in case I need to kind of clean up or have any kind of eyeshadow that might fall down. Now I haven't had any fallout with that Chanel quad. Okay, we're gonna pop on a little blush, and I'm gonna use Rose ECRIN today. This is another one of my kind of favorite go-to kind of blushes. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of color on the face. I'm quickly going to pop just a little bit of my blush. I always like to kind of tie in my blush or bronzer with my eye look. So I'm popping just a little bit of that blush color in the crease area, just a tad. Then we're going to use this beautiful kind of blush slash highlighter. This is the Pearls et Lumiere, and you guys, this is so pretty. So I like to use this kind of in my brow bone. I kind of use it as a highlighter, obviously, but also you can kind of put it a little bit as a blush topper. And this is just such a beautiful highlighter. So I have been laughing at myself because I always tell you guys I'm not really a highlighter girl. I think I might be. I just tend to like more subtle kind of highlighters. So I'm going to come in. I'm actually using the little brush that it came with. And I like to, I don't know if you heard that on camera, that was my stomach. It is time to eat lunch. And I'm just kind of using this as a blush topper, you guys. It has such a beautiful finish to the skin. So kind of first sweeping it on top of the blush, and then going through and using the edge of the brush to kind of bring it up on the high parts of the cheek. I'm going to do a little down the brow. I'm going to do a little sweep down the bridge of my nose, and then I really like to come in here. This is so pretty on the eyes, you guys. So for a clean kind of eye look, I love to wear this just all over, just like a soft wash. I actually use this brush and I put it on my eyes with a little eyeliner and then some mascara, and it makes such a pretty eye. We will do that look. I will do this look for you because it's so easy and this is such a versatile product. I am going to slightly powder down. I have this is the BEIGES. This is the Healthy Glow Sheer Powder. This one's in number 20. You guys, I just take a teeny bit of this powder and I'm going to come down and we are just going to kind of dust down through that T-zone. Then for lips, we are going to use a new Rouge COCO Flash. This is in Delicatesse. This has been a huge favorite of mine. I find that this color is going to give me a little pop to my lips, but it's also a little bit soft, a little bit shiny, and I just think it's such a perfect spring color. So and this is shade 156 Delicatesse. Okay, we are going to set everything with the Chanel Hydra Beauty. This is the Essence Mist, and you guys, yep, I really love this. So, just gonna give myself a nice little spritz here. And then I'll kind of use this just to kind of flatten any flyaways. I'm not saying spray this on your hair, but when you're spraying, you're going to get a little mist. And I find that it just kind of takes away any of those little flyaways as well. So bonus finish with a fragrance of the day. I'm going to be using Sycamore. This is from the Les Exclusif line. This is a beautiful vetiver woody fragrance, but it has a little bit of softness in it. It does even have a touch of vanilla. There's almost a little bit of smokiness in here, and I find that this sort of morphs with the weather as well. So if it's a little bit cooler out, I find that I really get that kind of smoky woodiness. If it is warmer out, I feel like I get less of the smoke, a little bit more of the sweetness, and there's just something that really works on my particular skin chemistry with that kind of woody vetiver base. So I just love this one. I also call this one kind of confidence in a bottle when I'm needing that little boost of confidence. If I'm feeling a little low, if I'm feeling low energy, I'm going to reach for Sycamore because it's going to immediately give me a little lift. It's very invigorating, but it also makes me feel a little bit like badass, like I can just need like a so if you just need like a little shot of confidence, maybe you have a big presentation or a big Zoom event that you are participating in, this is what I'm going to reach for when I need that shot of confidence. So Sycamore is going to be the finishing touch of the day. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this full face of Chanel favorites. As I've mentioned, I am getting swatches of this beautiful Sublimage foundation, so I am going to do a full foundation review with swatches, so stay tuned for that. But I'm so glad that it finally launched in the US. This really is a beautiful foundation, and I highly recommend it, especially for my more mature skinned beauties out there. I think you're gonna really like this one. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.